Yo, check it out. The game doesn't start until a bitch fucking responds to you positively. Understand this shit, alright? I'm fucking, like, you can fucking see it in my eyes. I'm dead right now, guys. Fucking, I just did some deadlifts and shit. Over the last few days, bro, I've just been fucking chilling. It's the best way I can put it. I've just been fucking chilling. But I'm gonna put it like this, right? I've been so horny the last few days. And I try to put it towards good shit, but to be honest, I've been so tired too that I just been lazy. And then bored, horny, and alone. Those three mixture, a fucking dangerous mixture, alright? So I've been messaging a lot of girls and shit. And it's funny because when it comes to messages and stuff, like girls gotta know, like they gotta be seeing your posts and stuff usually to even kind of hopefully respond positive, or you gotta have a clean ass profile, right? My profile is not set up for too much shit online because I haven't done any online kind of dating shit in like I don't know 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But anyways, so I sent like 10 messages to like 10 different girls. I bet I got like 5 responses. 3 were just neutral. 2 were positive. But then you have to weed out like the ones that are just playing. You see what I'm saying? That just want validation and attention. And here's the thing, right? When you're reaching out to like 20 different girls, your mindset might go into neediness, right? But here's the key, right? Once one bites, you're still yourself, which is your non needy self. So I want to get that clear through your guys' head. Like, you still gotta be hard to get, even though this is 1 out of 10 that's biting. You see what I'm saying? Like, they ask you a question, oh, that's confidential. I have to read your body language in person to be able to divulge that kind of information. Play with it. Don't just give it up so easily, right? They ask a question, ignore it, and just ask, and then just keep going talking. And you say, hey, they might ask more. So this one girl, she like asked like fucking 20 questions. She kept trying to control the convo with the questions because that's how they take control of the convo. And I kept ignoring and kept going with my shit and asking my questions. And then I finally said, hey, I'm really bad at texting. My fingers aren't good at this. So if I'm not answering a lot of your questions, that's why. But if you want to follow up, we can have a conversation in person sometime. And then I left it on that. I left it on that. And also, she like kind of told me like, oh, I'm gonna. She's like, I don't know if I can hang out tonight with my boyfriend. I think I'm gonna hang out with my boyfriend. Blah blah blah. And I was like, I ignored that obviously, and I was just like talk. I literally was talking about the weather. I was like, wait, what the fuck? It's raining where you are. You're a city over from me. That's fucking weird. But I was just taking it off of that, right? I don't fucking. I'm not. Girls will try to control the frame. Like I'm gonna make something clear to you guys, right? They'll try to control the reality of the fucking interaction. Like, oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Oh, you're probably trying to do this. Even in person, you can play with it. Or, but if you're too playful, you're just like they see you as fuckboy. They see you as like, oh, he's done this before, and I'm not gonna be the girl that it works on. That's what they think. But if you're just straight up direct or play dumb, those are the best. Like the best way to do it would be like, okay, so like let me see an example. So like an example would be like a girl would say, oh, is that like is that like a line that you use all the time and stuff? Oh, you're just trying to get laid, huh? Or is that a line you use on all the girls? Stuff like that. You could easily be like, here's the play dumb one. Why are you thinking about that? Wait, what the fuck? Holy shit, why is your mind going to that? Come on. And you could be serious, right? Indirect. And dumb at the same time. Or you can just be like, see, I don't recommend saying like, oh yeah, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, I think you're the number 27 that I've said that to. I don't recommend doing that playful shit, that funny shit. That shit is fucking beta. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it just seems like you've said that shit. You're like practicing the shit. It just seems like you have these lines, like you have all those lines, and you come off as a pickup artist. You come off. They don't think pickup artist. They just think fuck boy. They just think oh arrogance. Don't play that shit. Girls like you think girls really like arrogant guys, but they don't like it when they feel like they're losing. Like this guy's arrogant because he thinks he's tricking me. They don't like that arrogance. Do you see what I'm saying? Not arrogance when it's like they're losing. Um, so the response could be like, "Why are you thinking like that?" Or the response could be like, so she's like, "Oh, oh, because you're trying to get laid, huh?" And then you can go, here's direct and serious. Again, you could be like, "Look, I practice semen retention. You probably don't know what that is. You know what that is?" Yeah, basically, I can last forever in bed. So, there's like I really have no end game when it comes to sex. So there's really no like I don't really need it if that makes sense. And I'm really like selective with the person that I do it with because they're gonna get fucking a shitload of pleasure, a lot more than me, and that's facts. So like, fucking, you know, so I don't. So it's like that's like the last thing in my mind. Or you can be kind of playful like this, right? You can be like, you know, that's funny you say that. You know, a guy's mind usually goes directly towards sex. But, you know, when you acted like that right there, when you said that, my mind just went in the complete opposite direction. You know? I was trying to get laid for a second, but then now I actually don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. I mean, it would work if you came from the right place where you were like, you know, playful with it, where you're just like, you know, I was, but now I'm turned off. But now you're turning me off. Like, don't do that, baby. You could do that. But I just don't recommend being playful. Like, I really, really don't recommend being playful. Like, um, here's another one, right? So the girl might be like, um, so she might be like, what's a good example? She might be like, no, I'm a really good girl. I'm a really good girl because okay, here's the thing, right? Girls will always try to move shit towards like putting you in friend zone or provider male zone. That's the traps that they always move to, where it's always like you're a nice guy and I'm a nice girl, and that's all you get to see me as. Because they don't know what they could get out of the interaction yet. First, they only want to be bad when you make them attracted, when they feel aroused, right? So they say, "Oh, I'm a nice girl, like I'm an innocent girl." You could be like, oh, "Okay, yeah, 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 mm-hmm." And then, no, I really am. Blah 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 blah. All right, well, yeah, I don't think we're gonna work out then. You know, I like girls that are spontaneous and they don't really care about getting judged by society. If you want to be like, you want like everybody to have a perception of you as some good girl and shit, like it's probably not gonna work out. And then they might be like, oh, we don't have to work out. And then you'd be like, no, I agree. And then change the subject, but not too quick. Let there be a pause. I agree. So, you didn't even tell me though. What's some bad things that you do? Because I know there's some bad things. You were trying to say that you were all crazy and shit, and she's like, wait. She might say, wait. No, I said I was nice. You just keep misinterpreting the reality. You just keep fucking changing it back to your reality. Now, another thing is, you could be like, she says like, no, I'm innocent, right? Right? And you say, oh yeah, your secret's safe with me. She's like, no, I'm really innocent. And then I'm like, well, so you want to have an innocent, boring conversation with me right now? Yeah? For how long? It's getting kind of late, don't you think? You could do shit like that and fuck with them, because then they're like, oh shit. You know, you gotta pierce them with your fucking eye contact. You know, you gotta pierce them with the frame. It's a frame. It's like a mm-hmm. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Is that what your boyfriend thinks? Is that what your is that what all your boyfriends thought? I bet all your boyfriends thought you were an innocent girl, huh? I am an innocent girl. Da 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 da. Of course they thought I was a da 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 da. Oh, okay. So you only have missionary sex, huh? So just call out her frame and make it fucking look lame. You see what I'm saying? Because they'll always go to the lame frame because they're basically seeing, okay, like, um girls get, here's the thing, right? Girls can control guys and get more out of them if they perceive their value up, because guys are brainwashed to think like, oh, if she's a slut, I don't want her, and they walk away, right? Because they're not just because they're nice guys, just because maybe they think that they're like, they have like this ego, like the guy has this ego about like he's the shit, da 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 da, but he only wants like a nice girl. So he's not like a fuck boy, but he's like an arrogant guy, high value guy. He's high value, and the girl can get a lot out of him. Maybe a good relationship too, where like he's loyal, but she's not, right? She knows that, or maybe he'll be a provider male, a strong one. That they want that too. So they'll play into whatever they like think the guy wants. So you basically just gotta frame it in the way that you fucking want it to be. Like if you go up to a girl and you be like, "Hey, what's up?" Real quick before I go, just wanted to say what's up. See if we don't hate each other. What's your name? Yeah. So what's your life about? Tell me. Okay. Just let you know before we go any further. Um, I don't really get along with like girls that aren't fun, outgoing, spontaneous. I don't really get along with girls that aren't down as fuck. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how down are you? Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by how down am I? Da 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 da. And, they might try to, like, ask like that. Like, what do you mean by fun? What do you mean by spontaneous? What do you mean by crazy? What do you mean by adventurous? And then you're just like, what do I mean? Really? Don't play stupid with me. You know exactly what I mean. Just tell me, come on. Look, I'm not gonna tell you shit. Just spitball off the top of your head. When you think of crazy, I want to know what you think crazy is. I want to know what your perception of crazy is. Tell me something crazy you did. Because here's the thing: they only want to fit your mold, right? But if you give them nothing, now they're getting nervous and anxious, and they feel like they're on the spot. They're getting attracted. But then you want to break that tension and be like, look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit that I did. Or I'm gonna tell you, here's an example. I just like when girls don't, they don't feel judged by society and they can just be themselves. They can feel sexy. They can do what they want. They can, be a little slut if they really want to. Shit like that. And you say this stuff, and then she's like, oh, okay. She might be like, well, I mean, I have like times, but like I have my moments, whatever, right? She might come down a level. Or she might be like, oh, that's not me. Let her go. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are not judging her for her sluttiness, for her slutty side, she'll, probably 9 times out of 10 bring it out. You know, um, you know, like I know a lot of guys like to think that they're like, you could say the shit right to her. You could be like, look, I know a lot of guys like to put girls in a box where they feel like they can't step outside of it and have fun, and they have to be this fucking sweet little innocent girl that doesn't even get to live her life. I'm not like that. I'm the complete opposite. So let your imagination do with that, with however you want. You can say some shit like that. More vague, the better. The whole little slut thing is a little bit more risky. I do like that though. I like it though. But anyways, so you want to have the frame, the reality, the frame, the reality. So she's just like, "Oh, you're trying to get laid?" You might say, "I don't know yet." You might be like, "Do you get that feeling? Do you get that vibe?" She's like, "Yeah, I do. I'm not interested in that." And be like, "Oh, you're not interested in what?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm not like interested in that." Da 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 da. And then you're just like, it's funny. What? What's funny? Da 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 da. Yo, the last girl that tried to earn that shit from me, tried to earn fucking sex from me. She didn't even make it past the fucking first lesson. She didn't even make it past the fucking the first stage. She didn't even make it past the first challenge. And she's like, and see, it's kind of like playful, but it's like you just switching the frame, and then or like The last girl that came on, that's funny. The last girl that said that, she was coming on to me in the next fucking 30 seconds. Do you say that to guys a lot? Because, look, we just met each other. I want to take it slow. Just flip the script. Just flip the script. Just be like, and honestly, girls might only give you a little fucking moment. They might act like you better talk fast. Slow it down and just be like, that's funny. You know, the last girl that said that line to me, she was lying. And so I'm glad you're not, though. I'm glad you're not. Yeah, I can see in your eyes you're serious. You're serious. I'm glad. Because honestly, like, like my whole thing is like, well, first of all, I practice something called semen retention, so it's like I'm super selective with whoever I fuck because I don't even come. So I last forever. And it's like only some people deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you're like one of those girls that like, you know, just thinks that they can like have whatever they want from some guy and just like walk all over him and shit, we're probably not gonna work out. So you could just frame it like, oh, she's trying to walk all over you. Oh, she's just trying to get shit out of you. Oh, she's just trying to control you. Like, be like, if you're like one of those girls like that like tries to withhold sex to manipulate guys, we're probably not gonna work out because you know I'm pretty much in the same way. Like, girls have to earn that shit with me. So it's just gonna fucking be a stalemate between us. Yeah, and that's fine, and that's totally fine with me because honestly, like, I only like a girl that really really likes me and that submits to me and is excited by me. You know what I'm saying? And I only get excited by a girl who's excited by me. So or no, I only get excited by a girl who's submissive. That's really fucking that's the key right there. So she's like playing the game like, oh, like I'm not trying to get laid. I'll be like to tell you to be honest with you. Look, before I go, I'll just be honest with you. Um, I'm only really excited by girls that are really submissive and into me, and like they get super excited. Also, um, girls really have to earn that shit with me because I practice something called semen retention, where basically I never come, so I can last forever in bed. So there's not really a benefit for me. It's mostly for the girl in that case. So not to like let you down or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just flip it, and then the key here is to change the subject, get off that subject ASAP. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and just be like, so what brings you over here right now? And then she might try to end the convo right there, and that's fine. You just go sip or pass. But you just want to set that frame of your reality. Girls work for you. Girls, have to prove themselves to you. Whatever. But I'm telling you guys, you might have to approach 10 girls before you even get to run that game. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about that. It's not a game. It's not a game to me because I really don't want a girl if it's not in that frame. I don't want a girl if she's not excited by me, if she's not getting butterflies in her stomach by me. I don't want a girl if she's not, trying to work for me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't chase right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? I barely show interest. I'm usually just asking qualifying questions and teasing and fucking picking apart her shit and then just telling her like, I don't know if I like that. I only like this, and I'm just keep framing my reality until she buys in. Once I ask a qualifying question, she qualifies. Then I'm like, then I see that as she's interested. Then I lead. Then I go, hey, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here because now I'm getting turned on. You see what I'm saying? I get turned on when a girl's like into me. No other time. It doesn't matter about my attraction to her. It matters about her attraction to me because girls hold the key to sex. Period. And on that note, guys, I'm out on this video. Peace.